Hey guys, so I have been wanting to do this update for quite a while. I've had all of my cards pulled out of the binders for probably at least a month, and I've got ultra rares that I wanted to update what my collection's looking like these days. Of course I collect sets, not just ultra rares, but I pulled those out because that's the cards people care about. So I'm just going to give you an overview of what I have here. And I'm going to go through them as quickly as I can. I wanted to get a shot of the background before I got started. So I'm going to go from like this generation backwards ultra rares. Okay, so first we've got A-Specs. And I'm really disappointed about the lighting. I've been trying to find a good way to do it. I just don't have a good setup right now. So please excuse that. This is just going to be an update, not really a showcase. So anyway, here we go. The A-Specs, which aren't even being printed anymore, so I'd like to go ahead and get those last few so that I can have that completed. Here are my regular EX cards from this new generation here, starting with promos. And I'll tell you when the promos end. I got really bored with the reprints. I'm sure a lot of people did. But especially as a collector, it was just getting ridiculous seeing the same artwork over and over again. But looking forward to the new tins coming out. I was going to pick up that Crocodile EX box today, but I ended up getting a couple of blister packs instead. Okay, so that was the end of the promos, and now into the set EX cards. So here we go with pretty much all of the same cards again, just the non-promo version. Really like Keldeo. I don't know why, I just fell for him. Let's see. Okay, so to make sure this is focusing, I really like this Jirachi. Keldeo for the third time. Still missing quite a few. I haven't been able to like stay in touch with the sets because I haven't been trading anymore, but we got Mega Blastoise in there. I think I only have 2 Megas, but I've done pretty good pulling these. Yeah, there's the other one, Mega Lucario. Okay, then we're going to jump into the Full Art, so I'm going to throw that back here. Jump into the Full Art EX cards. Trying to get a good angle on that, but it's just not working out. Oh well, you're getting the idea here anyway. Awesome. I was really excited to get that card. And then these are the ones from Legendary Treasures, which everybody has a million duplicates of. There we go. Now back to the set ones. I just pulled this one today, so I decided to go ahead and make this update. Pulled this one a couple days ago. And then I also have this Gold Blastoise shiny. It's the only new shiny that I have, actually. And then I've got 2 Korean EX cards, Giratina and Registeel. And then going back to black and white, got some promo and non-promo full arts. I kept 2 of these because, similar to the Zekrom card, I think the background is different. Like, I don't know if that's been confirmed, but one of them, if you turn it, this one, if you turn it all the way, you can see the shine all the way through, like even through the background, where this one, you can't. It just shines on Reshiram. So I'm kind of thinking that this is the newer print, and this is the older print, kind of like the gray and the black. So just a thought. So here's that comparison. Gray and the black there. Okay, those. Teeny. And then a couple of secret rares, the Pikachu and the Meowth. Then we've got the Shinies, which is the last thing that I like officially completed. So I've got all of those, starting with the promos. There were just 3 promos. Very short-lived. It was like 3 tins and 1 set that had these in there, so it's just like a buffer set to get us in between. So I've got all these Shinies, which are pretty cool, you know. There we go. Some of those were really difficult for me to get. Like, it just didn't seem like I could get a hold of them. Next, we've got the primes. Again, starting with promos. I've got all the primes printed. And keep in mind, these are my collections. I have a few duplicates of cards that I am not showcasing because it seems silly to show, oh, I've got 10, blah, 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 which I don't have 10 of anything, but I've got a couple doubles of primes and a couple of extra EX cards and such that I haven't traded off. I've just held on to for now. Would like to be trading, but it's just really hard to find the time to focus on it. And then, of course, YouTube's new messaging system is just plain ridiculous. So, hoping to eventually get back into this a little bit more hardcore like I used to be. Give my channel a reamp and whatnot, but for now. Okay, so now we have the 2-piece legend pieces, which I also have every one of those. So we've got the Lugia there, the Ho-Oh, the Entei and Raikou. There we go. Raikou and Suicune, which is very nice. And Entei and Suicune. Super cool. Kyogre and Groudon, which is my favorite, and this is going to be like a, you know, tribute to the new games that are coming out. I'm pretty sure I'll get the Sapphire one. I like Kyogre pretty well. So anyway, there's Rayquaza and Deoxys. Darkrai and Cresselia. Palkia and Dialga. So that's all the legends, and then I've got the secret rares from these sets. I've got the reverse holo red Gyarados, the regular red Gyarados, Alpha Lithograph 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then jumping back to Platinum, I've got the reprints here, which I was obsessed with when they came out. I was really excited about getting a hold of these. So we've got Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Electabuzz, Hitmonchan. I always loved this card when I was a kid. I always put it in my decks and stuff. Scyther. We've got the Red Cheeks Pikachu, Flying Pikachu, and Surfing Pikachu. The Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos. Then we've got the Shinies from the Platinum era. We've got Voltorb, Duskull, love this Duskull, Drifloon, Swablu, Vulpix, Lotad, Milotic, love Milotic, Relicanth, Yanma, Bagon, Ponyta, really nice card, Shinx, and then I've got the Rotoms, Fan Rotom, Frost Rotom, Heat Rotom, Mo Rotom, which this one is going to end up in my Pokemon tattoo sleeve, so that's pretty cool. Looking forward to getting that all drawn up. Got Wash and Sharon's Choice, which is from that same little group. Now I'm going to go into the level X cards, which I also am fortunate enough to have all of them. This was like the heyday of my trading between the level X and the Prime era. Is when I was, you know, well, level X's I was almost, let's see, I think Supreme Victors was the set that was new when I started back up in my card collecting, but I still had all my old cards that I'd always had. So I didn't have to like restart my collection, but then I was able to backtrack, and then I was current for the primes and for the Shinies, and then I was still somewhat current for the beginning of the EX cards, but I don't have any of those sets completed, and then from there it just gets all crazy. So I'm going to start out again with promos, and I'll tell you when those end, because there's quite a few of them. I always like to keep my eyes peeled at Walgreens, because they get these old 10s in that have old promo level X's in them, and they usually only charge like $10. I think there's 3 packs in them, so it's kind of like getting a blister pack, but it's pretty nice. And that's the end of the promos. Now, we are into the set level X's, and this is from beginning to end, every single level X that's been printed. So, there's a lot of nice ones, and some that are just silly, but this one I go ahead and include in here because it's kind of the same type of rarity, so I always throw that in here when I show these. Cresselia, Darkrai. For an old school collector, I don't have as many ultra rares as you would think I would. Back then I wasn't old enough to purchase booster boxes or, you know, things like that, and I actually pulled a Shining Tyranitar, and I didn't even know what it was. I kept it for a really long time, and then like one of my first YouTube trades, I traded it away. I got kind of a bum deal at the time, but then that person ended up becoming a really good friend of mine, and they sent me so many FCBMs and whatnot, so it ended up being okay anyway, an okay deal, because they sent me a lot of free cards and gave me a lot of support on my channel, so it worked out well. It wasn't just like some kind of scam, so I was happy about that. Some of these took me forever to get. Like, you would think it would be like the Uxie or the Luxray back in their heyday. I actually got my Luxray so cheap back in the day. I had traded it to I think her username was BubbleWrap321, and she traded it to me for like a handful of Japanese Hollow Energies. It was amazing. She came to me with the offer, and I was super excited. This one was hard to get a hold of. Can't remember what I traded. I think I traded 3 different times for this card, and it never arrived until finally I was able to get it. Some of these I bought really cheap. There's that Luxray. Whenever Poke Redlands California shut down his channel and started selling all of his stuff out, I bought several level X's from him for $5 a piece. So that helped me out with the collection. But yeah, there's Gengar, nice. Okay, that was all of the level X's. That was awesome. That Gengar I got from 19 Charizard, and he actually sent it in. He sent it in the mail. I can't remember what I traded for it. I kind of think he gave it to me as a present, but he sent it to where I had to sign for the package when it arrived. Got the Arceus set. Got all these. I had a lot of luck with Arceus. I was buying Arceus hardcore when it came out. Like, I was going every day with change to buy a card, so I still really want to get a nice long frame and put these all out with their ripple effect, because I think it'd be a really nice piece to hang on the wall. I've got a Pokemon Den kind of like in the works right now, or at least the planning of it. I don't really have a space set up yet, but I'm really hoping to get that set up where I can do things like that and hang things like that on the wall. But I would like to get a secondary set than the one that's in my binders, so to track those down again may be difficult. Okay, so now we're back down to the very last pile. These are all of the old school EX cards. Again, starting with the promos. A lot of these I was given or traded for through the community before I started. I probably had maybe 15. I traded some away that I probably will never see again, like Team Magma cards and stuff like that, you know, you don't ever see those packs or those cards hardly ever, so that's going to be kind of a bummer. trying to get a hold of them, but maybe one of these days I will. But yeah, I've been very fortunate to, for my collection to get this big. Looking back at some of my old videos, my collection was pretty pathetic, and I thought it was the best thing ever. So I'm pretty proud of how far it's come in the last, geez, I've been on YouTube, what, 4 years, 5 years, something to that effect. So pretty exciting. Anyway, here we go with the promos. These promos are gorgeous too. Like, they were hard to get too. You don't ever see the promo EX cards. But I've got a couple of sets that I have all of the EXs in, but there are like 90 total, I believe, old school EX cards. So it's another one of those things that's kind of a daunting feat. This was one that I bought from Poke Redlands, California, and when he sold me the Level X cards, he sold me this card for $1. Like, I don't even care. I would buy any EX card for $1. Who cares if it's just a Mr. Mime? But there's a lot of EX cards that I would still really love to have. I got this for a really good deal. I think I paid $11 for that, and it's in like pristine condition. It's perfect. It's great. This one I got for really cheap as well. Some of these, I had a lot of very generous people that were my fans, and I had received a lot of really nice presents from them throughout the years. So I've been very fortunate for that, and I thank the community so much for helping me, collect and just stay connected to the group. But I've kind of lost that lately, and I, miss you guys. Miss the way the community used to be. Anyway, it's kind of like a competition now where it's all about, who can open the most packs or spend the most money or be most ridiculous. But anyway, shout out to the old school guys. Oh shoot, I dropped it. Okay, there we go, and that's the last EX. And then I've got just 2 star cards. This Flareon, and it's got a crease there. It's not in very good condition, but excuse me, I keep it because it's the only one I've got, and it's an evolution, and a lot of you guys know that those are my favorite. And then this Mudkip star I traded for. Team Rocket Returns is like my most favorite set, and so I was really excited to get it. I would love to get a hold of that Torchic star because it is just gorgeous. It's my favorite star card, believe it or not. So, and last but not least, I have this Japanese Charizard EX. So it's in bum condition, like it's torn to hell, but it's first edition, and I got it for free from a fan, so it's amazing, and I will cherish it forever. I'm just glad to have it in my collection because I don't even have the English one, so it's a nice placeholder at the very least. So, yep, that's my update for you guys. I hope I didn't bore you to death. I know my voice tends to get kind of monotone when I talk this long, but I'm really excited to be posting a video. It's been a long time, and hopefully I can get some feedback from you guys. Also, while I'm here, I've got a ton of code cards that I'm not going to use, and I had a guy that had been buying all of them, so it's not really been a problem until lately, but I've got probably 300 code cards that I would like to sell. It may not be that many, but I've got several. So if anybody's interested, I sell the booster pack ones for 25 cents, and then whether it's a deck or a 10 or anything else, I sell those for 50 cents each. So yeah, just comment below if you're interested. I've got PayPal. I accept PayPal, cash, or money order, but cash, you definitely send it at your own risk. So anyway, love you guys, miss the community, and thanks for watching. Bye.